Cookies and Milk by Tony Hendricks. Christmas. Ah, there is so much for me to do. With scurrying for food to eat, making sleep arrangements, keeping warm. I was asked, "Are you ready for Christmas?" I replied without any hesitance. Christmas isn't too much different than any other day of the year. Then I hurriedly went on my way, for my way is my choice. The day after Christmas is a little easier eating leftovers. All the wrapping paper and tube rolls make a wonderful fire to warm by. I've always hated people that steal. Now I hate me, for I've become one of them. I didn't want to, but I was so cold I had to have a blanket to wrap up in. Some old lady had one hanging out on the clothesline, conveniently in my view. That night she had put plenty of leftovers in her garbage can. It made sleeping a little easier with food in my stomach and a blanket to cover me. After my car accident, I lost my job, for I was injured and in such pain. I could not do my job well enough. It didn't matter that I used to be their most loyal and best worker. My wife couldn't take the pressure that life brought us, so she took our son and left to live out of state with her parents. She never did answer any of my letters, and they moved to an address unknown. I tried to reach them for almost a year, so I have no contact with my only child, Johnny. After losing the house and what little furniture that was left, I was desperately seeking a way just to get by. I can't blame my family and friends for giving up on a bum like me. We had given up on attending church, for shortly after my accident, my wife went to them with our misfortune in order to get a little help, for we didn't know who to turn to. The pastor wouldn't even respond, nor did anyone from the church visit me with a prayer of hope. That was so needed while I was in the hospital for 4 long weeks. No one from the church called to say hello, "We miss you." My wife didn't get the comfort from our church family that she needed. We had attended faithfully and gave tithes and offerings there for almost 9 years. She was all alone in this situation except for my side of the family that lived in town. The neighbors were very kind and supportive with their wishes and their dishes of food for a while. The bills kept adding up while we tried to cut back as much as possible. Our words became louder and so harsh to each other because of all the pain she and I were going through. I can see now that her pain was as great as mine. Johnny was only 2 when all this was happening, so I hope none of it will affect him. I do hope he can grow into a successful man like I did, but never have any health issues or such misfortunes. I am no longer the person I once was while teaching the college career Sunday school class with my wife by my side, until she became pregnant with Johnny. She then began working in the church nursery. Well, that's all behind me. I have nothing to look forward to now, and I always dread to see another morning come. It's getting harder and harder to move my limbs, and so painful to think of my past, especially about Johnny. My heart aches when my mind sees his smile and I hear his sweet, tender voice calling me Daddy. He's probably calling another man Daddy by now, and I'm okay with someone else being good to my boy. But I tell you, no one could ever love him like I do. I'm glad now that I allowed my wife to divorce me. I'm sure it's so much better for Johnny. He should be in the 1st grade by now, and in 3 days he will have his 6th Christmas. Santa will probably bring him a new shiny bike. I remember how he loved the tricycle we got him when he was almost 2 years old. We left cookies and milk for Santa. How much fun his mom and I had sneaking and consuming them for our midnight snack. All my family and all the people I knew left cookies and milk for Santa. It is just a known tradition. How good that would taste to me right now. Just think if I had the money that everyone will spend on cookies and milk this year alone. I could get medical help, food, some warm clothes, and a place somewhere inside to live. You hit and run driver, your day will come. Just forget about me. Just go buy cookies and milk for Santa.